Curtis. He's pleased that this separation is effective and has been able to go forward.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, we are hearing for the first time from Yakima County Jim Curtis and his lawyer. Plus,
I'm grateful that the jury was able to see through his testimony.
A Mexican national could be deported after drug trafficking across eastern Washington. Later.
If you have 4 spaces holding a pane, you gain 10 points.
It is Easter weekend, and if you are looking for a unique event to check out, we may have the perfect fit for you. And Stacy is here.
That's right. It's a beautiful night for some Dust Devil baseball, family feast night. What's the weather looking like? I'll tell you more. The news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Good Friday. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy is off. Stacy's going to be joining me a little bit more tonight because you can probably hear my voice is struggling.
You talk too much.
Apparently. Hey, you know what, though? We've got a busy weekend ahead.
We do. It is Good Friday and, of course, Easter weekend. And what's the weather going to be looking like? That's the big question, right?
That's right.
Let's take that live look out there at Dust Devil Stadium. Oh, yep, there's the sunset sunrise. Let's look at temperatures, though. 71 degrees. Humidity nice and light. The winds are nice and light. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. So again, it's family feast night out there. So take your light coat, though. Once the sun goes down, those temperatures will start heading into the 60s. But to start with, you're doing great. And don't forget to grab a hot dog or some Dippin' Dots for me. Temperatures elsewhere around the area, it's gorgeous out there. We're 70 degrees in Ellensburg, 71 in Yakima. Look at the Columbia Basin, foothills of the Blues, a little bit cooler, sitting there in the 60s. Planning your evening, we stay in the 60s and 70s to start with. And again, once the sun goes down, you're in the 50s and 60s. We'll be dropping down into the 50s later tonight. The weather pattern for tomorrow. Now, there is a slight chance you can see these showers starting to move across the area. Those will pop in late tonight, moving across the Cascades and around our area. But don't worry, those will clear up by early mid-morning, about 11, 12 o'clock. So look for increasing clouds tonight. Light showers possible, breezy and gusty winds. And then what's it going to be for Easter Sunday? I'll have all those details coming up. Austin?
New tonight, former Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis apologized to county residents for the lengthy resignation process in a statement released late this afternoon by his attorney, just 3 days after commissioners unanimously voted to accept his resignation. In a statement, Curtis explained that health concerns played a significant role in his decision. Curtis also acknowledged the challenges in finalizing his departure. Commissioners approved the settlement in what they described as the best interests of Yakima County and the public to restore order to the coroner's office. We spoke with Curtis's lawyer today.
He wasn't completely free to speak in great detail. However, he didn't want to convey that message to the citizens of Yakima, and also to tell them thank you for the time that he's had to serve. And he's also very thankful for the folks who have prayed and continue to pray for him and his family as he continues forward with the next phase.
To read the full statement from Curtis and to see what the settlement agreement looks like, just go to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Now to a crime alert from Pasco. Cops have now released photos of a suspect wanted in an armed robbery at around 10:35 p.m. on Tuesday of this week. This suspect entered the Sky Market on the 1900 block of West Sylvester Street. The man pointed a firearm at the clerk, demanding money. Police say the suspect fled the scene on foot, heading eastbound with an undisclosed amount of cash. Officers believe the man took off in a white pickup truck with a black stripe on the tailgate. If you know anything, call Pasco PD. A federal jury returned a guilty verdict in the trial of 45-year-old Luis Esquivel Bolanos of Guerrero, Mexico. The man was found guilty of multiple drug trafficking charges and firearms. At sentencing, which is set for July 16th, he now faces a maximum term of imprisonment of life in prison. He may also face removal from the U.S. In January 2023, the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Drug Enforcement Administration identified him as a member of a drug trafficking organization, which had flooded the Eastern District of Washington with meth and fentanyl.
During the trial, Mr. Esquivel-Bolanos took the stand and testified, claiming that he didn't distribute drugs in eastern Washington and into Montana. I'm grateful that the jury was able to see through his testimony and hold him accountable for the massive amounts of fentanyl, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine that he and his colleagues were distributing.
Authorities say the organization spread as far as central Montana, where many of the illegal drugs were being sold on tribal lands. His co-defendant previously pled guilty to his role in drug trafficking conspiracy. New tonight, 2 vehicles in Richland were towed away around 2 o'clock in the afternoon today. One vehicle's airbags were set off due to the crash on right around the Highway 240 area. The crash was right before the George Washington Way and Swift Boulevard intersection. At least 3 vehicles were involved, and the third vehicle was driven to a nearby parking lot. Richland PD says no word on how the crash happened. There are no specifics on any serious injuries. The special election for Yakima County will take place this coming Tuesday, April 22nd, giving residents the chance to weigh in on important local issues. If you are not registered to vote yet, you can visit the Yakima County Elections website to register and find election details. This election includes Prop 1, a proposal to improve public safety by upgrading Yakima County's aging emergency radio systems. The measure will close critical communication gaps between first responders and unify emergency systems countywide. The temporary investment in community safety will be funded through a short-term sales tax increase. Well, the Yakima School District Board of Directors have approved a reduction in force amid what they are calling a long-term stability plan. This could mean a reduction of 43 full-time positions for the 25-26 school year. The district says it's because of declining enrollment, rising costs, and economic challenges, something they feel is a statewide trend. But a parent we spoke with says he is worried about any staffing reduction, as he says it will have a direct impact on students.
I think we need to prioritize some of the staff, the parapros that are the ones here to help the teachers, that are really the ones that work behind the scenes.
Now, we also want to point out the superintendent says they are trying to safeguard essential services within the schools. On Friday, U.S. Senator Patty Murray visited Klickitat Falls to observe Yakima Nation members dip net fishing on the Klickitat River. She also met with tribal leaders and members. Murray spoke with Chairman Gerald Lewis and others about the importance of salmon recovery efforts in the Columbia and Snake Rivers. Murray's team says forest management and wildfire prevention have become a major cause for concern for the Yakima Nation in recent weeks because of federal funding cuts.
This is Rogue. She's a Peruvian Harris's hawk.
Oh, she's beautiful. And what is she?
Peruvian Harris's hawk. So
She's checking me out.
she is. You know what?
Yeah, she also got to hold that special bird. Murray also said because of possible plans to cut the Bureau of Indian Affairs office in Toppenish, that could hamper Yakima Nation's timber sales, which in turn helps pay for Indian Child Welfare Act cases. And a federal judge in Washington state has ordered the government to reinstate a student visa. The case involves an anonymous University of Washington graduate student from China known as John Doe. Trump administration attorneys argued his visa was revoked because of a pending DUI charge from 2023. His attorney told the judge the administration didn't follow the process for canceling a student visa. He also said the only conviction that results in termination of a student visa is a violent crime that carries a prison sentence of more than 1 year.
Judge Estudillo granted our request for a temporary restraining order and has ordered the government to reinstate Doe at this time.
The ruling also forbids ICE from detaining the student. It is a blow to the Trump administration's efforts to cancel thousands of student visas across the U.S. All right, Apple Valley News now live at 5 on this Good Friday is just getting started. Up next, why did Elon Musk's voice start playing at a Northwest crosswalk?
That's right. Plus, we're going to tell you why Solar Spirits is packing up And I will have your Easter weekend full First Alert weather forecast.
As we leave you to break, as we are getting ready for Easter weekend, this is a live picture right now from Italy.
That's right, a beautiful cathedral there, and it was dedicated to St. Mary, is that right?
That is right, yeah. Stay with us, everybody. You're watching the news at 5.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of 2 $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get a great deal on a new 2025 Subaru Forester for only $244 a month. McCurley Subaru, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to the news at 5 o'clock.
That's right. Well, this is a weird story, but some crosswalks in Seattle were hacked this week.
Yeah, so instead of the normal audio message, pedestrians who pushed the button to cross the street heard the impersonated voice of one CEO.
That's right. Maddie White reports.
Hi, I'm Jeff Bezos. This crosswalk is sponsored by Amazon Prime with an important message.
No, you're not imagining it.
You know, please don't tax the rich. Otherwise, all the other billionaires will move to Florida, too.
Someone not only figured out how to hack crosswalks in Seattle,
Or wouldn't it be terrible if all the rich people left Seattle?
but also how to imitate Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' voice, likely with AI.
Or got Luigi'd and then normal people could afford to live here again.
I saw the immediate irony in it. It was pretty funny. Everyone's taking their phones out and laughing at it. How that happened is my immediate response. I had to assume it's some trickery in the night or something like that.
SDOT told King 5 Wednesday, audio recordings at crosswalks play a critical role for people who are blind. We are concerned that someone would disregard the safety.
And while the change of audio could definitely be confusing for pedestrians with visual impairments, did you know that there's also a vibration feature on these buttons that lets people with visual impairments know when it's safe to cross the street?
That feature's still intact. At this intersection, at least, we know of at least 6 intersections hit by pranksters. 5 of them in North Seattle and 1 of them in South Lake Union. Each got people talking.
The little people pay a lot of tax, you know.
Many told me Amazon's presence alone has changed Seattle.
So much crowd, you know, and human, like people, you know, traffic.
I was
reading like lists of billionaires who all live in Seattle.
There's 12 of them, according to Forbes. But the crosswalk hack also comes.
Hi, I'm Jeff Bezos.
One day after Washington lawmakers,
it's what we all know is going on,
announced a plan that includes a new tax aimed at some of the state's wealthiest people.
It's definitely a pretty interesting issue. I'm taking classes where all the students are having conversations about this.
All right, that was Maddie White reporting. We also know that Elon Musk was heard earlier in the week as he was hacked in some California crosswalk buttons playing the fake messages.
Wow.
There you go. AI. All gotta be
It's
careful
here.
these days. Hey, in more local news now, big changes are brewing for a local distillery. Solar Spirits is packing up its main tasting room and heading to a busier spot in town, the Parkway.
Dan Watt, co-owner, production manager at Solar Spirits, designed the current tasting room. The tasting room is moving, but the Robertson Drive location will still be the main production site. The current tasting room will stay open until the new one is ready.
We will be able to support more local restaurants because we're going to really change up our dynamic and change up our tasting room. And we'll have more local restaurants participating with our menu. And so we'll go out and we'll buy local prepared dishes, or we'll find products from other restaurants and bring them in.
That's right. McKinnon says the new space will also serve a wider variety of drinks, and they're hoping to give it a speakeasy kind of vibe. Their new neighbor, Ethos Bakery and The Social. And while they've loved their tucked away spot near Highway 240, the move puts them closer to George Washington Way, bringing more visibility, foot traffic, and new opportunities. The new location is expected to be open this summer.
Well, it is Easter weekend, and coming up new at 6, we're going to take a look at many events that are happening this weekend. But we got to talk about this one, calling all board gamers. One local group is rolling the dice on Connection, literally. Tri-Cities Area Gaming, also known as TAG, is using board games to build something bigger than just game night community.
That's right. TAG is a nonprofit that welcomes anyone and everyone to their table, whether it's for board games, card games, or just a chance to unplug and connect. Their mission? Promote open gaming and create fun, inclusive events for all ages. We caught up with TAG's Director of Outreach, Jacob Kessner, and says these game nights are about much more than just winning or losing.
We keep growing. We keep on, expanding into other places to play board games. We keep on finding out other organizations that want to use our services and, help grow and then provide safe spaces for people to just come out and enjoy themselves, play board games, and just let loose and not worry about the world that's going on outside.
What started as a simple board gaming club has grown into a local hub for connection, while video games offer their own kind of fun. So if you're looking to meet new people or just try something different, TAG invites you to pull up a chair and roll the dice because, well, it's up at their table. So sounds like a lot of fun.
And I know our Dan Hansen will have more on this coming up tonight at 6. In the meantime, let's do some weather.
Let's get to the weather. Yeah.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And a live look outside right now in our Legends Casino Skycam. Beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening. I just want to be outside right now. 71 degrees, humidity light at 15. The winds are very nice today as well. Sunset at 7:48 on this Good Friday. Temperatures around the region are just beautiful, lovely all around. We're already down to 68 in Connell, 67 Pendleton, 71 Hermiston, Tri-Cities, and Yakima, Ellensburg at 70. Futurecast winds. Let's talk about our gusty winds, and those are going to return tomorrow. Now, as you can see, tonight's pretty good. A little bit windy up through the Kittitas Valley. Things calm down as we get into our early Saturday morning hours. However, there is a system that's going to move in coming across the Cascades, and that'll start ramping up our winds first in the Kittitas Valley, then down in the Columbia River Gorge, and eventually into the basin. So look for strong gusty winds on and off. Peak winds from 11 to 11 on Saturday in the area. We're talking 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Ellensburg, as as you get further into the Columbia Basin, 25 to 35 like we had a couple of days ago. And along the foothills of the Blues, it'll be breezy there as well. Those winds continue Sunday and Monday. In fact, breezing up and getting a little gustier. Ellensburg and Yakima is going to be pretty blustery for both Sunday and Monday. So that's for your Easter holiday. Remember to keep those outdoor decorations tied down with those breezy to gusty winds. Here's the radar and satellite ridge of high pressure. That's that sunshine we see. And here comes that cold front with a system moving through on Saturday. Now, as it crosses the Cascades, it could bring a few light showers. We're expecting those showers to fall sometime in the morning, and then that system moves off to the east. There's another light system mainly impacting the west side on Sunday. So here we go. Saturday around 2 in the morning, that's when that system starts punching through overnight tonight. In the early morning hours, we could see some showers here from the Yakima Valley into the Columbia Basin on north to Moses Lake and Othello, moving across the Tri-Cities around 9-10 o'clock in the morning. But after about 10-11 o'clock, things will move out. Those clouds will clear out, and we'll have some more sunshine in the later afternoon. So overall, a good day to be outdoors. If we do receive any rain, it'll be very, very light, and it won't last long. Increasing clouds, and again, those straight light showers tonight. Temperatures down in the 40s, staying above the freezing level. So cool but nice. Planning your day tomorrow, look for those 40s and 50s there. And here's our overcast conditions. This is when we likely could see some sprinkles. And then by the middle of the day, 50s and 60s. Look at those 70s, though, with lots of sunshine in the afternoon. Here's your travel forecast if you're heading to the west side. Seattle area with some rain possible there, a little bit cloudy, but nice over in Portland as well. And if you're heading up to the Spokane area, those temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s, a little bit overcast with a slight chance of showers. Let's get past that. We'll just head on out to our 7-day forecast. 73 degrees, breezy winds, 20% chance of rain in the Tri-Cities, and so on. And then we look at Yakima with that slight chance of rain. Breezy winds, 65 on Easter Sunday. Looking good in Ellensburg. Will be in the upper 50s for your Easter Sunday and into the first part of next week. Walla Walla, also that slight chance of rain lingering and clearing out hopefully by noon. Here's what it looks like in Hermiston with some breezy to gusty winds. So overall, a little unsettled for us on Saturday, but it'll look better in the afternoon. Sunday, sunny or partly sunny with some breezy winds for your Easter Sunday, and mild weather moving into next week. Stay with us. There's more Apple Valley News now at 5 when we come right back. Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $5.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
We think three-pointers should be called triple plays.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre. So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan, too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Some people think going country is cheesy. I agree. Like deliciously cheesy. Yep, your favorite mozzarella sticks are back. Now with that Nashville hot sweet heat, starting at $3.50. Get so much more under $4.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Time now for tonight's Spotlight at 5. The Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office has announced the 2024 Deputy of the Year. The award is peer-nominated for their dedication, leadership, and professionalism. This year's recipient is Deputy John Paris. Last year, Paris responded to almost 1,000 incidents with 294 traffic stops and has earned praise for his ethics and character. If you have an idea for the Spotlight, just send me an email, areed@applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, Stacey, what do you have coming up next?
We've got, of course, your reason to smile and a final look at your Easter weekend forecast.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Friday, April 18th is Family Feast Night with the Dust Devils. Come enjoy a baseball game with hot dogs, soft drinks, and more for $2.50 each. And be sure to come back Saturday, April 19th as your Dust Devils play as the Columbia River Rooster Tails and enjoy a post-game fireworks show thanks to BNSF Railway. For tickets, head to the official site, DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions, home to possibility, and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3.
When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale. Thank you for voting us Yakima's first choice for personal injury, civil law, and best overall law firm.
We are honored and grateful to be part of this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. You win the lotto, $30 million. All your dreams come true, right?
The good news is you've won the lottery. That's also the bad news.
Why are you laughing?
Because
a man is dead,
yes.
And you're laughing. The new 2020, tonight on ABC.
SDCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
And welcome back. Of course, our favorite time of the night. Check out our reason to smile. Come take a look at your screen. Chuck Lawless sent this in, a blue heron taking a nice little Howard Amon Park river at sunrise there on 4-9. So beautiful photo, Chuck. Thanks for sharing with us. Your reason to smile, of course, brought to you by Lifetime Dental. take a little picture of that QR code. That's how you submit your photo, or go to applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, let's plan your day tomorrow. Again, early morning, we could see a few sprinkles coming through, nothing substantial. You'll see those breezy winds in the afternoon, but temperatures and the weather gets better as the day goes on. And for your Easter Sunday, it's going to be a mild day in the 60s, some breezy winds. Might need a sweater out there. And remember, if you have any mild or light type decorations, you might want to tie those down this Easter, those little plastic eggs.
That's right, that's right. Stacey, thank you for joining us here at 5. World News is next. We'll see you at 6, hoping your news is good news.
Have a great evening.